Yeah, hi again. Welcome to Monza. Everybody says it's a tempo of speed. Fortunately, the track is so wide and so big that we can fit 44 cars this weekend into this field. Incredible field. So far never happens over the last years, which will be quite a big challenge for our drivers to have a good track position, a good track management. It's all about drafting, all about slipstream. You can have a really quick car, what we have already, but it's nothing when you are driving for yourself. So we are facing actually this challenge this time, but we are very eager and very optimistic that we can have a good qualifying tomorrow. Settings are well done. Now it's just up to the drivers to deliver that and to the engineers to give them the right slot. So crossing fingers, because the quali is already very, very necessary to have a good position here in Monza to have just a speed race.
Yeah, today FP1 was quite good with P9. Well, the second one wasn't that good. We had never had a really good free lap. Also with 2 red flags, which wasn't easy, but I'm sure that we can do a good job in tomorrow's qualifying, which will be very tricky with 40 cars here in Monza. Everybody knows how important the slipstream here is, so there will be a big chaos. But just we will try to do our job as best as we can, and then I'm sure we can start in the top 10 or top 15. Well, yeah, busy times ahead of us with the triple header now here. Before we had the Nürburgring and then to Mugello. Yeah, I always go back on Sunday after the race straight to be at school. Then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday I go back to the racing track. And obviously there I have like 2 jobs at the same time, which I both need to do well. So always when I'm not driving or at the hotel, I do my school stuff. Especially now, because when I come back home I will already have 3 or 4 exams, so it's really tricky, but yeah, I mean that's part of the job. Try to do both as good as we can.
Okay, yeah, today was quite difficult for me. The first session was not very good. We expected way more than that, but in the second session I could improve a lot and switch my mind off and concentrate a little bit more. I hope it will be quite difficult, but maybe with some luck I can score some points. But as long as I'm in the top 15, I can be happy with the 44 drivers. Now it's quite a lot of drivers, and now we have it's the first race weekend of 3 in a row, so it's quite stressful, but it's what I like, and I think it's nothing better than that. Yeah, I'm excited and I'm ready for it.
The first race was quite good for me. Yeah, it was complete chaos and there was many crashes. I just managed to pick my way through and did the best race I could. It's quite hard to keep the focus when there's so many safety cars. You know, you kind of get out of the rhythm and you try to focus on warming the tyres and not on what's going on around you. But yeah, I feel like it was quite an easy thing to manage for me, and I did it quite well this race.
I'm a bit upset of the incident. I hurt a bit my hand, but it's not so much, so I was a bit lucky that the races didn't start because of rain, so I will have the 3rd race. I think my car will be ready, so I'm ready too. I'm more like the dry condition, but if it will be wet, it will be more easier for my hand, and I think I can reach P20, P18 for sure.
Well, yeah, I'm fine. Thankfully, I think Halo made a good job there. Yeah, just had a contact with another car in the green flag lap and got collected by 2 cars then afterwards. So very lucky to be able to be here. Yeah, car is quite hard damaged, but we try to fix it until race 3, and I hope that we can be on the grid in race 3 and have a good performance there. Every track is quite hard in the rain, just on how much water is there, how much competitors there. We are now over 40 cars, so a lot of things which can happen, which we already saw yesterday in a chaotic race. I don't expect that it will be better this time, to be honest, but yeah, I hope that we still can have a good race, a clean race with not too much safety cars, and yeah, just trying to do the best out of it.
We are here in Monza, difficult track, difficult qualifying, struggling with pace this weekend. Yeah, I quite like a lot the track, it's very difficult, so yeah, it's a very cool track, especially for racing, I really love it. Yesterday in race 1, started P13, I was up to P6. And on the last lap I had to retire due to a mistake of the other driver. So this morning it was raining, the race 2 was supposed to be on the wet, but it got cancelled because of too much rain. Yeah, the conditions are difficult and I like to drive in the rain, so I was hoping to start to do a bit of a comeback. And we see the weather for last race, maybe it's dry, maybe it's wet. We have to wait and see because it stopped raining, and we see if the track is dry enough for slicks.
Hi there. Coming back to the short resume of race 1. Unfortunately, it was not happen. In a way, it was good that it was not happening. Yeah, hi. Just have a look on in there. Yeah. Basically, the race was cancelled due to heavy rain, which was the only reasonable decision because it was too dangerous, the visibility was not there, and there was also a lot of aquaplaning. Unfortunately, also on the pit exit for getting into the warm-up lap, 2 of our cars crashed because there was another car without rain lights on. Jonas was not able to avoid, spun, and Vika crashed into him, and then another car. Fortunately, no one was hurt. So we really have to consider if we just can let drive so many cars on the track. We're already in some talks with the organizers because these are all rookies, and under these conditions you cannot drive. So now we hope that the conditions are good to have at least race 2 postponed to 7 to 5 o'clock, and potentially this one race which was cancelled will be repeated again in Mugello. Next week there comes the final round of the ACI Championship, where we have a very, very promising ranking. We are just 38 points behind Prema in the team rankings. With the performance of Nikita, Taylor, Valentine, and also Jonas, we should have the chance to face Prema, and this is where we put our main focus on now. Taylor still can win the championship, Nikita can become third in the championship. So yeah, that's all on that. So just after this race, hopefully now with no damages anymore, we are heading over straight to Nürburgring. I really have to say thanks to the whole team and to the mechanics who are just preparing a car really from a totally wreck back to a proper race car, hopefully right now, so that Jonas and Victoria are able to drive. So thanks a lot for that, crossing fingers, and see you back at Nürburgring.